For those who love snow, this winter so far has been a bit of a bust. Plenty of cold temperatures, but not a lot of the fluffy white stuff. But that isn't usually the case around here. And 42 years ago this month, more than 40 inches of snow fell on parts of New England in a storm that's been known ever since as the blizzard of '78. Tonight, we take a look back at that blizzard, as well as other historic storms that have hit the region. Executive Producer Tony Dunne reports.
There's an old saying in New England, if you don't like the weather, wait a minute. This region is well known for being at the mercy of Mother Nature's fickle hand. Brutal winters and scorching summers are par for the course if you live here. But there have been times throughout our history where the weather has changed our lives forever.
I think weather events impact everybody, really. And so the big ones you tend to remember because they not only affect your life, but you remember where you were.
We got completely hammered by the blizzard of 1888, and we've had several since then. It's amazing how many huge snowstorms that we've had since I've been here in April. We've had 16, 17, 18-inch snowstorms in April.
The blizzard of 1888 made international news in its time, but it's another blizzard over 40 years ago that stands out in the minds of many.
Blizzard of 1978. Here in Western Massachusetts, we got snow. There was quite a bit of snow out here, but living in Eastern Massachusetts, it was just remarkable. We see pictures now of Route 128 in a parking lot. Cars were stuck there forever. We were out of school for a couple of weeks. I grew up in Quincy, Massachusetts, which was right on the water, and the streets that led up to Wollaston Beach were so snowed in, they used bulldozers to clear the snow. State police were going around in snowmobiles. So things literally shut down. It was pretty remarkable on what that storm actually did, but it wasn't as bad out here as it was in Eastern Mass.
But it was the weather over one 5-month period just a handful of years ago that seemed to test Western New England's resolve like none before it.
I think 2011 was an interesting year weather-wise because you had the June tornado on June 1st, Hurricane Irene, which occurred in August, then you had that massive snowstorm leading into the winter, and people were really saying, what is going on around here? October of 2011, that was one of those storms where the timing was bad because of leaves being on the trees. The weight of that heavy wet snow just brought all the branches down and trees down, which caused major problems around here.
The snowstorm was probably as devastating as a tornado in some ways, causing damage throughout the town, every street, every tree, every power line. I mean, the town was without power for 7 days, so that turned out to be a pretty catastrophic event in itself.
Ed Carroll notes that when it comes to the weather, it's hard to predict the future. But one thing is for certain, Mother Nature isn't done with Western New England just yet.
We've always gone through periods of really warm weather, really cold winters, lots of storms, lots of hurricanes. It's very difficult, I think, to predict what the next 40 or 50 years are going to look like based on what we've been experiencing over the last 5 to 10.